Jennifer Cox is an electrical engineer at AECOM and chair of the CIBSE Young Engineers Network. Graduating from Heriot-Watt University in 2018, Jennifer joined AECOM's Building Services team. She has won several industry awards, including CIBSE ASHRAE Graduate of the Year 2020. We joined Jennifer to discuss her route into the engineering industry and her passion for career mentorship. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your career story.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Cox. I'm an electrical engineer. I work for AECOM. I started working probably about 2018. I graduated from Heriot-Watt University, did a degree in architectural engineering, and joined AECOM's Edinburgh office, doing a bit of a mixture of mechanical and electrical building services engineering, sort of looking at the whole holistic design bits and pieces. Worked on a few projects with them, and then moved down to St Albans, probably beginning mid-2019, and have been with their office ever since. Doing a variety of different things. So I said predominantly I'm an electrical engineer, electrical design work. I did a small comment with our vertical transportation team for about 6 months over sort of 2020 time. So it's lifts, escalators, and things, bits and pieces like that. Predominantly electrical design for AECOM.
Please tell us about some of your notable career highlights.
There's a few. I mean, I've been fortunate to work on a number of impressive projects. AECOM do a lot across the world, so I've done a lot of commercial projects within London itself. Also worked abroad, done a few in the Middle East, in South America, which is really interesting. I guess a few sort of professional highlights. Very involved in CIBSE, Chartered Institute of Building Service Engineers. I was the graduate of the year for 2020. Which was an incredible highlight quite early on into my career, being able to be involved in the Young Engineers Awards. And I was the Women in Construction Engineering's Best Young Woman Engineer in 2021 as well, so that was an incredible achievement as well.
You studied architectural engineering at Heriot-Watt University. Would you recommend this route into the engineering industry?
100%. It was an incredible degree programme. I think it really looked at that sort of holistic design of the built environment. It crossed everything, so it looked at not just mechanical, electrical, public health engineering, but we did a lot of the sustainability. It's a very sustainability-backed course as well. So we got a good mixture of not only just the different lecturers that we saw, but the different people we've met. I laugh and say that we've had people come out of that course and do all sorts of different things within our industry, which is incredible to see. I said it's definitely set me up quite well for what I've done. It introduced me to things like CIBSE as well. So I definitely recommend looking at building services degrees in general, whether that be through undergraduate, the way that I did it, went through it that way, which I said gave me that sort of introduction. I knew I wanted to do engineering, I knew I wanted to work in construction. Had never heard of building services before that, so it was a really good introduction for me. Or go through apprenticeships that are widely available as well at the moment, so definitely recommend it. It's a good experience.
Tell us about your role in the CIBSE Young Engineers Network and what it means to you.
So I've been involved with CIBSE, I said, all throughout my student career, and properly got involved around 2019 when I moved down to the London area, and started looking at the Young Engineers Network for London. So I joined their committee 2019, beginning of 2020, so a bit of an interesting introduction to the committee, starting off with them being online and being COVID. But as I thoroughly recommend it. It is an incredible experience for me. I've recently taken over the chair position for Yen London. So being able to really sort of champion young engineers in our industry is incredible, to give them an opportunity to network, to learn, whether it be technical, soft skills. So just network in general, and really give them the opportunity to sort of go for it a little bit in the industry. It's been incredible. And not only that, but the links they've got with the rest of CIBSE and the other organisations that we are involved with is amazing. I guess CIBSE as a whole is an amazing organisation, so it really offers you the opportunity to learn more about the industry, and that's what we're trying to do through Yen. So.
What more can be done to increase the proportion of women in the engineering workforce?
That's a very good question. I think it's something that obviously everyone's trying to focus on. We want to make sure we have increased diversity within our industry in general, and trying to attract women is an interesting one, because I think the biggest thing for me has been finding those mentors and been finding those people that you can look up to and recognise and see. I did a talk a while ago, and something I said was, you can't necessarily be what you can't see. So being able to sort of put yourself out there, whether that be, this is what building services engineer is, this is what being a woman in our industry is, whether it be in the construction industry or engineering, it's sort of just being able to have those role models something I've been very, very fortunate to have throughout my career, is sort of those women to look up to. I think it's something we were discussing earlier, is that the industry is so diverse in the way that we look at things. If you think about how we approach things like the climate crisis, that's a massive part of what we do. And by refocusing that conversation, you can look at how getting this sort of diverse talent and saying, right, it may not just be whatever the sort of traditional role is. There's so many different routes into it. There's so many different ways that we can work in the industry and sort of promote what we do and help, you know, and sort of and work towards our sort of common goals. So yeah, it's looking at it maybe a slightly different way and sort of saying, look, the broad range of what we do needs a broad range of people with a broad range of talent. So yeah.
Fantastic. Are there any specific role models or mentors that you would like to mention at all?
I've been very fortunate within AECOM to have a few. So Mary Clark has been a massive influence to me. She's a director at AECOM, but also heavily involved with CIBSE as well. Put me forward for the awards, so I've definitely got her to thank for a lot of that. So.
What does mentoring mean to you?
I am a mentor and mentee, both within CIBSE and within AECOM. So being able to sort of have that conversation to, whether that be young engineers in the industry through Young Engineers Network, through Young Engineers forums that we do within AECOM, or with students. So I've been involved with the Royal Academy of Engineering, getting students involved in engineering, and not just building services, although I love them too, but any kind of engineering as well. So 100%, I think it's definitely worth doing that, as well as reverse mentoring, so sort of looking at how else you can help within organisations in a different way.